Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I want to talk to you about Dior and I want to share with you the 15 least expensive, I'm not going to call them cheapest because these bags are not cheap, they are a huge amount of money, but they are the least expensive bags that are available on the Dior website or available from Dior. We will look at the 15 that will cost you the least amount of money if you want to purchase a Dior bag, and then we will also look at the iconic Dior bags and how much money you will have to spend if you want to buy one of the Dior icons like the Lady Dior or the saddle bag. So let's get started with the 15 least expensive bags, and Steph from Handbagaholic has made videos like this in respective brands, I think also including Dior, and I will link Steph's channel down below in the description box. Hers is also a fabulous channel for resources like this. But if we start with the least expensive bag from the women's line in Dior, it is the Dior Star Hobo Bag with Chain, which according to the website is a new bag that has been released very recently. If you want to buy this in the oblique canvas with chain, it's a bag with a chain, it will cost you £1,900. From looking at the website, the chain has a couple of extensions and can be made slightly longer, but I don't think it can be made long enough to go crossbody. And the bag does look quite like a pouch. Now, if you want to buy from Dior at prices that are less than these handbags, if you go into the Dior website and search their pouches, they do have a couple of pouches. They have a saddle pouch and they have pouches in the oblique that will resemble this bag slightly, and it might be something that you could make work for you at a better price. But if you want to start with what they're classing as handbags, the Dior Star Hobo Bag with Chain in the oblique, and at the minute it's only in the navy oblique, is the least expensive bag available, and it is £1,900. Number 2 is sticking with the Dior Star Hobo bag, and I actually think this bag is quite cool looking, I do quite like it, but you can also get it in a leather version, and if you want to get the leather version of this bag, it will cost you £2,100. When I was researching this video and looking at the prices, I was a little bit surprised. I don't think I had realised just how high Dior prices have went over the last number of years. Certainly if you're starting at Louis Vuitton, there are bags that you can buy that are more accessible than where the starting point is for Dior, and I suppose that's something that distinguishes the brand, but you're up to £2,000 nearly before you can even buy the most, not affordable, but the least expensive bag from Dior. Number 3 is the small book tote. Now, if you want to get the book tote in some of the limited edition or the special canvases, that will be more expensive. But if you're buying a book tote in, say, the oblique or one of the canvases that they put out more regularly, the small is number 3 on the affordable bags from Dior, and it comes in at £2,400. It's a lot of money. The Dior book tote, it is iconic, I suppose. Some of the fabrics and the prints are stunning, but for what it is, and I know there's a lot of die-hard Dior book tote fans who absolutely love this, but it is expensive for what it is. It doesn't have, this version doesn't have the strap, doesn't have the zip, doesn't have the closure. It's very, I suppose I do like it in some of the prints and I can imagine carrying it and I think it would be a vibe. But at £2,400 for the most accessible small version, it is a lot of money. At number 4, you can actually get a medium Dior book tote in a leather for £2,450. Now, it's not one of the more embellished leathers or with the straps, but there is one available for £2,450 in leather. And I suppose it would depend what look you're going for. A leather bag, a canvas bag, I will generally go with which one I love more, but it is something to take into consideration. Coming in at number 5 is the medium book tote in the oblique canvas, and that is £2,500. There's not a huge difference between the small and the medium. I don't think the price difference would be enough for me to decide between them. I think I would go with which one I loved more, thought I would use more, was drawn to more, and would fit into my lifestyle more. But £2,500 for the medium in the oblique canvas. Coming in at number 6 is the Dior bucket bag, and it is the small Dior Say Dior bag, and this is in the canvas, and it is £2,500. This is a small version. They do have larger versions, which obviously are going to cost you more money. The bucket bag is coming in strong in 2024 as a trend, and this is the Dior version. I have to say I don't love this bag. The bucket bag shape doesn't really work for me, and this bag wouldn't be one of the Dior bags that would draw me the most, but it is interesting, and the small version is coming in the canvas at £2,500. There are other canvases and leather versions that are more expensive than this one. Coming in at number 7 is the 30 Montaigne bag in the east-west shape with strap, and this is £2,550. This is probably not one of the bags that I would be drawn to buy first from Dior. There are a few bags from Dior that I would like to add into my collection at some point. This is probably not high up my list, but if you do love the 30 Montaigne, the east-west version is available at £2,550. Number 8 is the bobby bag in the east-west shape. The bobby bag got a little bit of attention because of the shape of its closure. And I have to say I actually like the bobby bag. I do like the shape that's not the east-west, the traditional original one. I do think it would be a good crossbody everyday bag. But the east-west is the most accessible if you're looking for it from a financial point of view. And the east-west comes in at £2,550. Number 9, the large book tote is also £2,550. And this is in the oblique canvas, or one of the canvases that aren't the limited edition or the more expensive. Some of the very intricate, I think quite beautiful canvases and patterns on the book totes do come in more expensive than the oblique or some of the more traditional standard patterns that they do, but £2,550 for the large. So at number 10 at £2,550 is the 30 Montaigne box bag. I love this. This has been on my list for quite some time. I love it in the blue oblique. If they brought this out in colours, I would be absolutely done for. It reminds me a little bit like the Petite Mal. It's that type of box shape. It does come with a strap. You can take the strap off. You can use it as a clutch. You can wear it with the strap. I think if it came in a range of bright colours, I would be in a lot of trouble. It is more accessible than the Petite Mal, which are these ones that are up behind me, but it's coming in at £2,550. It has gone up a bit since I first started looking at it, and I probably should have bought it earlier, but I think this is a really, really cool bag. Number 11 is the 30 Montaigne east-west bag with chain, and it's also £2,550. Obviously the east-west shape is the shape that goes more this way rather than the traditional shapes. They have been featuring quite heavily from the brands and the houses over the last couple of years. Louis Vuitton also now have the Pochette Métis in the east-west shape. Dior have the D-Joy also in the east-west shape. It's something that is coming through quite strong, and the east-west versions of the iconic traditional Dior bags seem to be coming in at a slightly less of a price point than what the traditional original version does, and you can get the east-west in the 30 Montaigne with the chain for £2,550. Number 12, the small Dior camp bag. This is kind of like a satchel. I think for me, I probably wouldn't pull this off. I think I don't know if my aesthetic would work with this. I do think you could make it work if you had a certain dress style. I think it'd be quite cool and quite quirky. Obviously it's the satchel bag, a bit like a school bag, but this is a ridiculous price for a school bag. It comes in at £2,600, and it does come in different versions. Now the £2,600 is the oblique. There is a version in this that is more expensive. I think it's like an animal print. It is more expensive than the £2,600, but this is the Dior camp bag, and it's at number 12. Number 13, the small say Dior bag in leather. This is the bucket bag again that we mentioned earlier. The leather version is coming in at £2,650. Probably not one of the bags that I'm going to be most drawn to, and it's probably no surprise that the iconic Dior bags that we're going to talk about, and that's why I'm including them in this video, the cost of those icon bags from Dior, none of those are really in this 15 most affordable bags from Dior, and that's probably no surprise. The brands obviously know the bags that people go to the house for, and they're coming in at significantly more than some of these bags are. Number 14 is the updated version of the book tote, and one of you guys did come into the comment box and let me know that you've bought the new version of the book tote with the strap. I think it has more pockets and more to it on the inside, and you're absolutely loving that bag. The small in this version, which is the book tote that now comes with the crossbody strap, is coming in at $2,750 in the oblique canvas. This is also coming in leather versions of the book tote with the strap. They're outside the 15 most accessible bags financially. They're more expensive, probably as one would expect. They are quite a bit more expensive, but the oblique in the small with the strap, £2,750. Number 15, and I've included two at number 15 because they're the same price and they're bags that the house would be known for. The first is the medium Dior bobby bag. We did talk about the East-West earlier, but the actual traditional medium in the bobby bag comes in at £2,800. I think this is probably quite a good crossbody everyday bag if you can get beyond what the closure looks like. And the small 30 Montaigne bag, which is also a bag the house would be known for, also comes in at £2,800. Now basically all of these 15 versions will have more expensive versions. They will have either leather versions or more intricate designs that will all cost more money, but these are the 15 cheapest in massive inverted commas, because they're certainly not cheap, but the 15 most affordable bags from Dior at the moment. Now let's move on to the icons from Dior. Dior is known for the Lady Dior. It's known for the saddle bag. There are certain bags that when you think of Dior, these are the bags that will come to mind. And it is no surprise, as I said, that these were not in the 15 most affordable bags. If you want one of these, you're going to have to dig quite a lot deeper into your pocket. And I will say that some of these have increased to a price that I actually hadn't realised. They have obviously underwent the price increases like every brand has, and some of these are more expensive now than what I had envisaged they got. We start with the new Toujours bag. Now this is not yet one of the Dior icon bags, but I'm including it in this because it is getting quite a lot of attention on social media. It does seem to be quite a hot bag, and it's a bag that a lot of people are loving. And the small version of this comes in at £2,850. I do think the shape of this bag though, and the style of this bag, probably is more suited to the larger sizes, which are obviously more expensive. But if the small is the one that has your heart, it is £2,850. Next is the small Caro bag. The small Caro bag can be worn crossbody. They also come in a medium size. The medium is obviously more expensive, and they do release the Caro bag in some beautiful leathers. They've released it in denim. They've released it in some fabrics that looked like a sofa, which I absolutely loved. Some really interesting versions. But the Caro bag in the small size starts at £3,150. Probably, I was going to say that's probably not a bad price, and then I know that how that sounds. But if we're talking by Dior prices and luxury prices at the moment, and we're talking about the iconic bags and a leather crossbody bag, if you're thinking a Chanel mini type price, it is more than the Fendi Baguette. You could get a mini Fendi Baguette for much less than this. It does have a very beautiful closure. I know Deb from Wild Unfiltered bought the grey when we were in London in the medium, and she absolutely loves it. After the iconic saddle bag, which I love. Some people hate because they hate the shape of it. It's not the easiest to use bag. I like it because it's quirky. But if your heart is dying for a saddle bag, the most affordable version is the oblique in the navy oblique in the medium size with no strap, and that starts at £2,950. Most of the other saddle bags are well above £3,000. So if you want to get one, the Dior in the navy oblique is the most affordable at £2,950. If you want to get the mini saddle bag, now I have the bright pink version of this. It's not in this room at the moment. I think it's still downstairs because I've been wearing it, and I've been wearing it with my Fendi strap. It does come with a crossbody strap, a thin leather strap. I don't love the crossbody strap it comes with. I much prefer the Fendi strap with it. Obviously that's mixing brands, and if you want a different type of strap, mine's the guitar type strap. It's a lot more expensive because you're having to buy the strap and add it on. But if you love the mini saddle bag with the strap, it is £3,050. Now I love mine. It's not the easiest to use. When you're using it, the strap and lifting the flap does get in the way. It's not the easiest to get your phone in and out of, but I love it. I think it's very cool and quirky. I have the bright pink. It did come in a purple, which if money were no object, I would also have the purple because I thought it was fabulous. £3,050 if you want one of those. And if you want to pick up a medium saddle bag with the strap, this one came with the crossbody strap. I haven't really worn this bag. I've talked about this bag on this channel. But if you want a medium leather version now of the saddle bag and you want the one that comes with the crossbody strap, these are now coming in at £3,450. Whew. That is a lot. It probably makes sense to get the strap if you're buying it, if you have any notion at all to wear it crossbody, because to buy a different strap is going to cost you a lot more money. But it is now £3,450. It is one of the Dior icons. I really like it, but I think it's a Marmite bag that people either love or hate. But the price point of this has definitely increased over the last few years. Then we get to the Lady Dior, which is probably the bag that Dior is most known for. Named after Princess Diana, one of the most iconic Dior bags. And if you want to get one of these in a mini, now the mini version I haven't shown. Well, actually, I will show you just for eye candy, but mine is the sequenced version. It's the jungle scene. And this is a lot more expensive than the one I'm going to talk about because it is this limited edition and it is the sequence. These are very, very expensive. But a mini Lady Dior is this size. If you want to get a mini Lady Dior, which comes with a chain crossbody strap, which is obviously detachable because mine isn't on it, and you love the leather, they start at £4,200. It is a lot. I didn't realise the Lady Dior's had maybe got just as expensive as they are, but Dior obviously feel the Lady Dior for them is what would be on a par with, say, the Chanel Classic flap or the Capucines from Louis Vuitton, and that's why the prices of these have increased over the last number of years to try and rise with the other houses. But the medium in a leather version, not this version, a leather version now starts, sorry, not the medium, the small, now, no, not even the small, the mini. The mini now starts at £4,200. And finally, if you want a small Lady Dior, obviously if you want a medium Lady Dior or a large, you're going to pay more money. But if you want a small Lady Dior, which is this version, in the leather, this does come with the crossbody strap. This is not the ABC version. If you want the ABC version, it has a thicker strap and it's the one that you can get the little charms on. It is £5,000, I believe, for the ABC version. But if you want a small Lady Dior, the equivalent of this one, this does come with a leather crossbody strap. It is not the easiest to use crossbody bag because the handles don't sit down flat. They sit like this, which is not the easiest if you're wearing it crossbody. I've never worn this bag crossbody. I have always hand carried it. But a small, yes, small Lady Dior in the leather now comes in at £4,900. That has gone up quite a bit. Basically £5,000 you're talking about if you want a small one of these in the leather. It's a lot of money. They are beautiful, iconic bags. They're maybe not always the easiest to use, but if this is the bag from the house that you're going for, that is the price that you're now going to have to reach for. Obviously, Dior is one of the brands that wouldn't be known for holding its value the best. So if there are any of these bags that you are absolutely loving, say the saddle bag or the Lady Dior, in a colour that is available on the Preloved market, or probably also the Bobby bag, probably all of the Dior bags, if you have a colour that is available and is not limited and you're not drawn to the boutique experience or you don't want to buy it brand new, if you look on the resale market, you may be able to find some of these Dior bags, even the iconic Dior bags, at quite a considerable saving on the resale market because they don't always hold their value the best. Obviously there will be exceptions, there will be colours that are very hard to get, there will be versions that come out and were very hard to get and they will still command monies on the resale market, but you may be able to get a good deal on some of the classics. I hope this was helpful for you. This has been a rundown on the 15 most affordable, cheapest, obviously still an awful lot of money, but the 15 most affordable bags from Dior, and also the price that you will have to pay if you're looking to bring into your collection any of the Dior icons. If this has been in any way enjoyable or useful to you, please do consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here, thank you for watching me, please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.